of honey, grab your glass and buckle up because Meghan Markle just stirred up a royal storm that's juicier than a Napa Valley grape. This isn't just about wine, it's about betrayal, legacy, and a PR stunt so audacious it's left the world gasping. Let's spill the tea on how Meghan's latest move turned Princess Diana's birthday into a scandal-soaked spectacle.
Just when you think there is nothing sacred that Meghan Markle has not yet used in her grey, craven desire for publicity and for sales, she goes and does this. Fake Duchess using Princess Diana's birthday to launch her new wine range. And even briefing to her favorite Hello magazine that this is some type of sick tribute. Our royal mastermind. This is sick. This is twisted. And unfortunately, it's what we've come to expect. How on earth can this woman believe that it is appropriate for a single second to use Diana's birthday to punt out?
Meghan Markle didn't just step over the line. She sashayed across it in sky-high heels, clutching a rose glass in one hand and Diana's sacred legacy in the other. Using the late princess's birthday as a launchpad for her wine brand wasn't just bold, it was utterly shameless. Even her die-hard fans are gagging on this one, and the backlash is hitting harder than a hangover.
Continuing to make bold moves ahead of what would have been Princess Diana's birthday with a meaningful announcement of her own. The Duchess of Sussex quietly revealed a fresh launch date for her sold-out lifestyle brand as ever, surprising fans with the news.
Just when you thought Meghan couldn't sink any lower in her quest for fame and fortune, she pulls off a stunt so jaw-droppingly tasteless that even her most loyal stans were left speechless. On July 1st, Princess Diana's birthday of all days, her lifestyle brand unveiled its first product, a Napa Valley Rosé. The announcement was draped in that classic Meghan aesthetic, perfectly curated, painfully fake, and dripping with emotional manipulation. Picture sun-drenched poolside snaps, breezy white dresses, and that oh-so-rehearsed "this comes from my heart" vibe gag.
Highly coveted Napa Valley Rosé will go live on none other than what would have been Diana's 64th birthday next week on July the 1st. The announcement came with a sun-drenched image of a bottle of the wine.
Let's be real. This wasn't a tribute. It wasn't a sweet nod to the mother-in-law she never knew. This was cold, hard commercialism wrapped in a flimsy veil of sentiment. The public saw right through it, and the outrage was instant, fierce, and oh so justified. Social media exploded with fury, and the shade was flying faster than you can say rose all day.
The date is a poignant one for Meghan, who has spoken openly about the emotional connection she feels with her late mother-in-law, describing her as someone I wish I'd had the chance.
How dare she? One royal commentator raged, practically spitting fire. It's not just tacky, it's downright twisted. The internet lit up with angry emojis and scathing threads. Another critic called it disgusting, pointing out how Meghan once claimed a deep spiritual bond with Diana, tears and all, only to now cash in on that connection. The hypocrisy is so thick you could cut it with a butter knife.
Rosé wine as if this is some type of tribute. This is twisted.
Yeah, I mean, it made me feel sick. It
Yes.
really did. I really did. One, because she doesn't know her. Secondly, which is interesting.
Let's take a moment to process this. Princess Diana, a woman hounded by the press, fighting for her freedom and fiercely protecting her kids, has been reduced to a marketing prop for rosé. A day meant for quiet reflection, family healing, and honoring her memory was hijacked for a product launch. The symbolism is glaring, the insensitivity gut-punching. It's like throwing a party at a funeral.
Was that she's complaining about Harry always going, backwards. And there she is, doing exactly the same, but she...
Here's where it gets even messier. Where was Prince Harry? The man who once roared in defense of his mother's legacy, who called out the media for profiting off Diana's memory. Where was he? Why didn't he put his foot down? Or worse, did he actually sign off on this? The silence is deafening and is raising eyebrows everywhere.
She's an amazing woman, providing us, the world, with wonderful goods. And I just can't believe it. The other thing is that...
Royal insiders are buzzing and the gossip is spicy. Some say Harry's absence from the announcement was no accident, a subtle sign of disapproval perhaps? Or was he just steamrolled by Meghan's unstoppable branding machine? Either way, his silence screams volumes, leaving everyone wondering if Meghan finally crossed the line even Harry couldn't stomach, using a dead royal, his own mother, to sell wine? It's unforgivable.
Close. To know, remember about his mother, to think about his mother, to do all these things about his mother. Obviously, it's a very good thing if he thinks occasionally, but it shouldn't be pounded into.
It wasn't just the date that sparked outrage, it was the manipulative narrative Meghan tried to spin. This wasn't a casual drop. Oh no, it was a meticulously planned rollout through Hello magazine, her go-to for soft-focused fluff pieces. The tone? Emotional, ethereal, and tightly controlled, like a script written by a PR guru with a vision board.
By his wife, so that she makes a lot of money on that. I think it's absolutely disgusting. And Hello magazine, which is doing this, which you did read, you know.
There she was, styled like an influencer queen, sipping wine with a coy smile, surrounded by dreamy backdrops and words oozing with fake sincerity. The message was clear. This wasn't just wine, it was a moment, a spiritual tribute, a connection to Diana's ghost. But the public wasn't buying it. They saw a woman exploiting a legacy she has no right to claim.
She had a chance to know her. You know, I don't know how any magazine can actually take that. Diana was a wonderful woman, but she has...
Behind the glossy facade, the truth was crystal clear. This was a calculated attempt to weaponize grief, to milk Diana's emotional pull to sell overpriced wine. The backlash was savage, and honestly, Meghan had it coming. The internet tore her apart, and the memes were ruthless.
Some nasty, lying person to actually use her to sell things and to make more money.
It's vulgar. It is utterly vulgar. It is.
Veteran royal biographer Angela Levin didn't hold back, calling the move vile and vulgar. She accused Meghan of turning Diana's memory into a marketing gimmick, a low blow even by Hollywood standards. Levin reminded us that Harry and William once vowed to protect their mother's legacy from commercial exploitation. Diana was sacred, untouchable. So how did we get here?
And I almost start to think, Angela Levin, is this just Meghan purposefully trying to upset Prince William?
What happened to the line in the sand Harry and William drew? The answer is heartbreaking. Whispers suggest Harry no longer calls the shots. The fierce, principled prince we once knew seems gone, replaced by a man too broken or too manipulated to stand up to Meghan. One brutal comment online summed it up: he should have told her to delay the launch. A day, a week, anything but this. But he didn't. That's weak.
And Harry knows. And by the way, Harry should have stepped in here and said, absolutely not, you crazy woman. Absolutely not. Delay it. Do it in 2 days' time. It makes no difference. Absolutely not. So he's a weak, pathetic man for allowing this madness to go on.
For many, the idea that Diana's own son stood by silently as his wife monetized his mother's legacy is more gut-wrenching than the stunt itself. How do you reconcile the Harry who once raged against media vultures with the Harry who now seems complicit in using Diana's birthday for a PR boost? Is a betrayal not just of Diana, but of the values he once held dear?
That's it, William, because you know William has decided that these anniversaries should now be marked privately, that there shouldn't even be any type of public commemoration, let alone...
This felt like a mockery of royal grief, a glossy Instagram-ready betrayal masquerading as homage. The public, still mourning the people's princess, isn't just angry, they're heartbroken. Meghan's performance was staged for clicks and cameras, and it's left everyone wondering, how far will she go to keep her brand in the spotlight?
Off the back of his late mum.
Well, William actually said 1 year after Princess Diana had died that he doesn't want any more talking about it. He doesn't want to...
If Meghan truly wanted to honor Diana, she could have lit a candle, made a quiet donation, or gasped, stayed off social media for the day. But that's not her style. Instead, she popped open a bottle of overpriced rosé and turned Diana's birthday, the most emotionally charged day in the royal calendar, into a loud commercial circus. It's the kind of move that makes PR teams swoon and royal insiders recoil in horror. Prince William, Diana's eldest son, has spent years guarding his mother's legacy like a knight protecting a sacred relic. He's been crystal clear. Diana's memory isn't for sale, not for media points, not for emotional manipulation, and definitely not for wine sales. Sources say he's furious, and who can blame him? Meghan's stunt feels like a calculated jab, a chilled bottle of passive-aggressive sabotage aimed right at him. Cue the confetti, because Meghan's team claims her wine sold out in record time. InStyle gushed about doubled website traffic and stock flying off digital shelves even after a supposed tenfold inventory boost. A business fairy tale, right? Wrong. Insiders and skeptics are calling it a classic scarcity scam. Stocked a tiny batch, hype it up, and scream sold out to manufacture demand. It's not genius, it's just smoke and mirrors. Meghan's been accused of stealing from the royal playbook for years. From Catherine's coat dresses to Diana's revenge dress vibe, she's been replicating royal style with eerie precision. But the latest? Her daughter Lilibet toting a rainbow jelly bag identical to Princess Charlotte's iconic 2015 accessory. Coincidence? Please. It's like Meghan's building a Franken brand out of royal scraps. If Meghan's wine stunt was tacky, Harry's silence is tragic. Once a fiery, quick-witted prince, he now seems like a hollow shell, robotic, expressionless, and eerily absent. Mental health experts and royal watchers are sounding alarms, whispering about unresolved grief and possible substance use. The darkest theory? Meghan's exploiting his pain, using Diana's memory to keep him in line. It's not a partnership, it's a takeover. Meghan swore she wanted out of the royal system, but her empire is built on its ruins. Netflix deals, Spotify jabs, and now wine launches, all tied to royal drama. Diana's the centerpiece, her memory mined for every drop of influence. It's not independence, it's empire building with royal nostalgia as the bricks. Meghan didn't burn the bridge, she's charging a toll. Meghan's brand was supposed to redefine royalty, but the gloss is fading. Critics call it overexposed, under-delivering, and untrusted. Her philanthropy feels like photo ops, her products like PR stunts. The wine, just another headline, not a legacy. Diana was raw, real, and selfless. Meghan's rehearsed, attention-hungry, and all about the narrative. The public's tired and the fatigue is real. What could have been a moment of grace was hijacked into a tacky PR spectacle. Meghan didn't honor Diana, she exploited her, turning a solemn day into a Black Friday sale. Critics, fans, and even Hollywood allies are done. This wasn't a tribute, it was a transaction, steeped in branding and emotional baiting. Diana gave her heart, Meghan gave a sales pitch, and the world's had enough.